we need to do a real close frame today because I don't want to give away what apartment I chose. What's up? What's up? What's up, Doc? Hey, Doc, I have a splinter and I think it gave me tetanus. What should we do? For real. As most of you guys, my hard drive. As most of you guys know by now, or you should, I moved. In some of my last videos, you guys know I moved to Vancouver recently. But since moving here, hey Siri, what's a sentence?
In linguistics and grammar, a sentence is a linguistic
I recently moved into my own apartment in Vancouver. When I moved here from Toronto, I lived with a roommate and I found her on Facebook Marketplace like a creep. And I'm like, hi, can I live with you please? And I lived with her for about 6 months. And April 1st, I moved into my new apartment. And I haven't been apartment hunting in so long. The place I lived in Toronto, I lived there for 5 years. So I was kind of out of the loop of like what is going on in the market. And babe, it's not good. Okay. So while I was apartment hunting, I just recorded for my own knowledge and reference videos of all the units I was viewing. And then after, when I finally found the apartment I'm living in now, I was like, maybe I should share this with people. Like maybe someone would find it interesting. I'm going to take you guys through all the apartments I viewed, and they range in price and amenities and all that fun stuff. So I do have a list. I do have a pen and paper, and I put that pen to the paper, and I have a list. Now, when I was apartment hunting, I knew there was things that I needed and I knew there was things that I wanted. So the things I needed, I kept very reasonable because if you guys have been looking for an apartment anywhere in the world, I feel, or at least in Canada, it's like you gotta fight someone for like physical altercation on the sidewalk if you want this apartment. So my needs, to make it simple and make it easier on me, I needed, well, number one, I wanted to live in a safe area. Like literally the bare minimum. Like I wanted to feel safe where I lived. Okay, safe area. I needed a bike room. That was something that I needed because I ride my bike. I ride my bike all the time. I literally do, and I need somewhere to put it. A lot of places here, you can't bring your bike in the unit. Like I would put it on my balcony if that was allowed, but it's not in a lot of places. So I needed a bike room, and I also needed parking. So because I have a car, obviously I know parking's extra, but I just needed at least like either it be street parking or underground or above ground parking. I just need somewhere to put my car. So those are the three. Me thinking like, oh, that's not that hard. Yeah, stay tuned. So my wants, I wanted a dish. These are things that I could live without, but I wanted a dishwasher. I wanted laundry and unit. I wanted an outdoor space or like a patio. And then these two were kind of like I could do without, but I wanted a big kitchen and I wanted it to not be gray. Like I feel like every updated unit is like gray laminate flooring, white walls, gray cabinetry, and I just didn't want that. I wanted, oh, and also no carpet. That was something I could not do. Like no carpet, no carpet, no carpet. So with all those in my mind, I hit the streets. Actually, first, let me talk to you a little bit about the unit I was living in. So I basically rented a room, but obviously like my roommate and I were friends, so it wasn't like I was only in my bedroom. But it was a really large unit, floor to ceiling windows. My room was on the smaller side, but I really didn't need that much more room. Like it fit like a bed and a dresser and like what I would need. I had my own bathroom, so it was 2 bed, 2 bath. I think it was like over 1,000 square feet, really good area, right by the water, right by the seawall in Vancouver. And we each paid $1,500. That to me was like a reasonable price to pay for a unit this size. It had parking, it had like a gym, it had all the amenities. Not like I ever effing used the gym, literally ever, but it was nice to have. So that's where I came from. I saw a bunch of places, but I only have video footage of 5 of them. I probably saw about 10. And a lot of them were real bad. And I wish I did record a lot of the bad ones, but I didn't. So this is what we got. So apartment number 1. This was the most affordable apartment. When I first walked into this apartment, it was kind of like dingy. The carpets were like stained. It kind of had this weird like musty smell. But when I got into the actual unit, it was really nice. It was older, so it has like the parquet flooring, which I actually kind of love. I know it's like very old school, but I love the warm wood tones of it. It was really big. I think this was like 750 square feet for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, which is nice. The The one downside is both windows looked out onto a parking lot. And that's really not the worst case scenario, but she did say it's where all the garbage cans are lined up. So like for garbage day, it's really loud for like whatever, 20 minutes. So again, not that bad. The girl who was living here had really high reviews of it. She was like, lived there for like many years and she loved it. So that made me feel better. And she said it's like super safe, the area. I loved the layout. It was like, I like an open concept, but I also like when you can definitely have like a dining area and a living room area. The kitchen had a dishwasher and a stove, like really all I could ask for. It was really cute. I really liked this place. The bathroom had enough room for storage, big bedroom, big window. But again, the windows looked out into like a side of the building, which is like fine. Like again, it's not something that was on my list. So the best part about this unit is it had in-suite laundry, and in-suite laundry is not a common thing in Vancouver, as I realized. It's also something that is never in Vancouver apartments is air conditioning. Like it doesn't get that hot up until literally last year with the heat dome. But there's no AC anywhere. So I'm very aware of that when I'm looking at like buildings with big windows or buildings without outdoor space or buildings that windows don't open. So that's just something to keep in mind. So that was apartment number 1. Apartment number 2, I saw 2 units in this building. So the next 2 are going to be in the same building, but different units. First one wasn't renovated, and it was less expensive, and the second one was. So this is the first unit. Again, it has like that parquet flooring. It's 1 bed, 1 bath. I'm really not particular about like what the bathroom looks like. Like if it has a tub, perfect. Even if it didn't have a tub, I feel like I'd be fine with that. The kitchen though was real old and real small. Like there was no cabinetry. There was a stove, no dishwasher, and a sink. And I'm just someone who likes to cook and entertain too much to have a small kitchen. But these views, you guys, look how gorgeous this was. Full ocean view. And then you look out onto the park and it was stunning. The one thing I'll say about this building is it felt, the integrity of like the actual building felt rickety. He was like, oh, you can go onto the balcony. I'm like, no. Like it felt like a piece of paper was gonna break under me. It was a little sketchy. Like I'm not gonna say it's actually sketchy, but it just felt not solid. Even though I know it was, it's like a thing. I was also really high up on this level. I think this was like the 25th floor, this unit. So, and the other thing that I tried to, this was like a really crappy video, but I tried to do it quickly, was the doors of the units that weren't renovated like didn't close properly. You can see there's like a gap all around the entire border of the door, and this was what all the neighbors had too. So in my head I'm like, okay, so I'll know exactly what you're having for dinner and exactly what fights you're having with your fiance. So kind of love that, the latter, but not great. And then the second unit that was in this building, apartment number 3, this is their renovated version. So I just showed that like the door actually closes and there's no gap. It is the gray renovation though. Like the flooring was gray, the walls were white. I don't mind white walls. Like I prefer white walls to start with, but the gray laminate, like I can't do it. Even though I know it's on my want list, it really swayed my opinion on like what unit I liked. It did have a really big closet, which was nice. Gorgeous views again. Again, it's the same building, so really nice views. You're high up, you can see the water. Now this is the kitchen. It did have a washer unit in, a washer dryer in unit. It was like one of those 2-in-1 washer dryers, which I don't even know how that works, but like I don't think I need to know. And it was in the kitchen and it kind of, which is fine, but it kind of protruded a bit that it was like annoying. But it was still nice to have it. It was a nice big island. Again, really nice views. Ocean, like full on beach view. Really, really nice. When you're in the unit, it's just like crazy. It's so pretty. Big enough living room. And there was actually quite a bit of storage in this one too, which was nice. Like the bathroom had a lot of cabinets and there was closets all around the walls, which was nice. So yeah, that was apartment number 3. This is apartment number 4. This one was really cute. I loved the flooring. I feel like with this one, it was just staged really well. Like it had nice furniture and I could actually like imagine myself living here. But the kitchen in this one was stunning. It was huge. Really good counter space, really great storage. And yeah, this one was really cute actually. It has the wood flooring throughout, no carpets at all other than the bathroom where it's tile. The bedroom was a good size. It did concern me that there was like 2 fans in the bedroom, meaning that it probably gets really hot, but that's life. That's life. And the bathroom, nothing special, just what you need. A sink, a tub, a shower. This one didn't have in-suite laundry, but it did have a bike room and available parking, so that was really nice. The in-suite laundry is in the basement. One thing I'll say about in-suite laundry, I've lived with places with in-suite laundry, and I've lived in places that I had to go to a literal laundromat. When I lived in Toronto, we lived in Moss Park, if you know, in Toronto, my friends and I in university, and I had to go to a laundromat. And since that experience, like, I don't care if I have to go down flights of stairs to use the laundry in the basement. Like, as long as I'm not lugging my shit to a laundromat, I'm fine. And then apartment number 5, this unit was a little bit smaller, but for one person, I feel like it felt cozy. Like, it had enough space for what I needed. Nice big windows, wood flooring, storage. The one thing about this unit is I loved the property manager. Like, he was so great, and I think that's really important when you're looking at a unit, because if something's broken, you're gonna want to be able to like call that person up and be like, can you fix this? And the view and the patio was stunning. Like, the ocean view, the water, it was so nice. And the kitchen was smaller, but again, like, more counter space than a lot of the other ones. Had a stove, it had a dishwasher, storage, full-size fridge, which was nice. And yeah. I want to briefly mention scammers, you guys. I don't know if I know it's not just Vancouver, but in Vancouver, there are so many scammers because I was looking on Craigslist and like PadMapper and Facebook Marketplace, and scams are kind of easy to find because it's always just too good to be true. Like, they'll call it'll be like, you deserve to live like this. Like, that's what the title is on Craigslist, and it's like $900 for like a 3-bedroom apartment. Like, obviously that's a scam, but I almost got scammed once for real with this right here. So I saw this listing on Craigslist. It was $16.75 a month for 1 bed, 1 bath, and that is super low for Vancouver. So this place was $16.50, 600 square feet. It was in a good area, close enough to everything. I was like, oh my god, I need to go. And then I started looking at the photos. I'm like, wait a second, like, this place is stunning. What's the catch? I called the property management. They were acting like, oh yeah, we can give you a tour. They're like, we'll call you right back. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my god, I'm manifesting this. I'm gonna get it. And then one thing I'll tell you guys to always do is Google the property management company. I did this for all the units I saw because people, and also bed bug registry, you guys. I think it's like literally bedbugregistry.com. Look at that shit, because you do not want to move into a place that is fucking full of bed bugs. Or maybe you do. Freak. Anyway, so I Googled the address and I saw like a 1-star review. So I clicked it, and it literally, the reviews were so bad, but the one that really got me was like, this is a bug and rodent infested like living space, like paper thin walls. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, obviously that's why people weren't living there, and that's why the tenants weren't staying there. So make sure you Google if you're looking for a place to live. Always just Google the property management, look at bed bug registry. Another thing I also did, which I'm not even gonna say I recommend because it's kind of like disheartening all around, was I looked up the Vancouver police map of like where the crime happens. And unfortunately it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. So even like the safest, like the nicest, richest areas to live in Vancouver are where the most crime is, because that's where people like go to rob houses and stuff. So it's kind of not the best way to get your information of like where's the safest area to live. I was living here for 6 months before, so I kind of had like an understanding of what areas I wanted to live in. But yeah, I've moved into my apartment. I'm in here right now and I love it. I'm so happy with my choice. Everything is like perfect for me. It's really, really great. So I want you guys to guess which one you think I'm living in right now. Is it apartment number 1, apartment number 2, apartment number 3, apartment number 4, or apartment number 5? My next video, I'll do an apartment tour and reveal what one I chose. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next video where I reveal the grand reveal. Love you guys. Talk to you later.